We're in the house.
Sisters, we moved into the house.
Yes, it's been 2 weeks since we moved into this facility.
Yes.
Doctor said you got PCOS. Now go on, girl, just lose some weight. Till I took the symptoms into my own hands and reversed them naturally. So I became a dietitian to help my sisters feel the best they've ever felt. Take a step in my direction if you wanna prove them wrong and take control of yourself. Join a sister and a mister.
This is our first episode in our house, and it's really exciting. I'm looking around. It's a different landscape than my parents' house. It feels really foreign to us still because it's like we're getting used to it.
It doesn't feel like home yet. It feels like we're living in an Airbnb right now.
There's like pockets of homey, like done corners, but then most of the house is kind of a mess. There's still blue tape because the painters have to come and like touch things up. And there's a lot of Amazon boxes and trash everywhere. And it's like drawers are a mess, but it's like
dust everywhere.
Yeah, every week we inch closer and closer to like making this facility a home, and it's getting cozier and cozier. So I hope you're enjoying watching on Instagram because we're posting some of it.
Oh yeah, house updates all over Instagram, and with it we're gonna have like so much more fun content. So like this house doesn't just represent like a new place for us, it also represents like a resurgence of creativity. Because we've said this a couple of times that we're gonna bring back video for the podcast, but we mean it this time. We are bringing back video for the podcast, and we're basically preparing everything to get it kicked off in probably the new year, maybe a little bit before then, just to practice. But basically, videos coming back for the podcast. We're going to do way more YouTube videos now that Tallene has her dream kitchen. So get ready for like a bunch of YouTube videos of her cooking, and a lot more recipe videos for the sisterhood. Yeah. Where Tallene, explains how to make food and stuff. It was always a limitation, not being able to have our place, but now like that's gone.
Yeah, it's really amazing. We did a live workout the other day for the sisterhood, and just setting it up and getting the right lighting and corner and everything was so much easier.
So beautiful.
Than doing it in my parents' guest room with like a bed in the way or like whatever. So we're just really thrilled to make new content.
Speaking of the sisterhood, if you're a member, we have a huge update coming this month. So for the past several months, last 6 months, we've done a huge survey for the entire membership. We got a lot of feedback. And then after that, every couple weeks, every 2 weeks, we've had focus groups with members. Like every week, we've been meeting with 3-4 sisters in the sisterhood and getting their feedback about specific features and what things they feel like they're missing to make their experience even better. So with that being said, all these months and months of like surveys and talking personally with sisters, we are coming out with a brand new habit tracker that's going to help you basically manage all your habits, all your wins from one single hub that will contain like your weekly score, your monthly score, show your progress along the way, and celebrate along with you as you complete those habits as well, all in one area. So
exactly. And we want to make it as simple as possible. We did a lot of market research. We looked at the other habit tracking apps that are out there, and there's just a little bit too much complexity and too many buttons to press, too many graphs to look at, and it gets overwhelming. And we want to make it as simple as possible because there are a lot of things that we need to do for PCOS, and we don't want to make it more complicated than it needs to be. And that's kind of like the theme of the app, just simplifying PCOS, simplifying your life, narrowing it down to the things that you need to do. And so that's what this habit tracker is all about. We're going to have like recommended habits that, that are part of our method that we know work for PCOS. We're going to have
different categories for different habits that you can choose from.
Yeah. So let's say you want to get in more movement, but maybe you're not ready to do a slow weighted workout. You can select a habit
like
more simpler.
Steps a day,
exactly.
Things like that. Yeah.
Things like that. Or, we'll have more advanced habits that you can choose from. And of course, you can create your own habit. You don't have to follow the ones we recommend either. So this is just a really simplified way for you to create your PCOS routine and lifestyle and stick to it. And also like see your progress, get your score, like Sirak said, reflect on the past week and be like, oh my God, look at all of these green dots.
Yeah.
Look how much I did. Even though it's not perfect, I did something.
I increased by 2% my weekly score. Like that's a huge win, just 2%.
Yeah.
1% is amazing, you know?
Exactly.
So, but yeah, it's something also like when we made this app, it was always made to like help PCOS women, give them exactly what they need. But something we learned is we wanted to hear your voice more. Like we always ask for feedback, but this year has really been about having personal one-on-one sessions about the app or getting out multiple surveys. And even with this habit tracker, we sent out a prototype to Cysters in the membership. If you remember, you already know, but we sent out an email with the prototype and a message in the Facebook group with the prototype so people could actually test it, give us direct feedback. So we released it with all that incorporated. So this year has really been a theme of, and will continue to be a theme of like listening more to what people want so we can make those enhancements in the app exactly as what you guys want.
Yeah, this is the exciting part. You know, we have the app, but we want to make it perfect. So now we're just like putting the frosting on the cake.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, with that being said, today's episode is a really fun one. It's a PCOS gift guide, our top gifts for any sister, whether it's maybe for yourself, a friend, or maybe share this episode with your partner, your boyfriend, your husband, anyone who may get you that gift for this year. So you can be like, hey, maybe take a listen at this episode and give me every single thing they mentioned.
Sirak, what do you want for Christmas?
Okay, we were talking about this earlier, but I actually want to start playing piano, start learning piano. So I think I want like one of those like electronic keyboards that I can get started on. I have to say, okay, since we moved in, I've been listening to more classical music for some reason, like just got into it. And Nocturne, is that how you say Nocturnus or Nocturnes by Chopin? Chopin? Oh my God. Nocturnes by Chopin is one of the greatest songs ever played. Like I want to cry when I listen to it. I listen to it like almost every day. If you never listen to it, stop the podcast right now, go on YouTube and put Nocturnes by Chopin and you're going to just feel it.
It is a really good song. I do love it.
And I want to be able to play that. Like it's so inspirational. I want to be able to play that. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Last thing I want to say about this.
What?
I always think about this. You know, like the most famous songs in the world, like Beethoven or Chopin. When they released that song for the first time, did people lose their minds? Like, were they listening in the opera or wherever, you know, they listened to for the first time, the revealing? Were they like crying or were they like,
oh my God,
were their heads exploding? Were they like, what the hell is this? Can you imagine the first time you hear Beethoven's Fifth Symphony? Is that what it's called?
I mean, I'm sure they freaked out.
Can you imagine?
It's like listening to Beyonce at a concert.
Because the story is the first time they ever put a movie ever in a movie theater, it was a train that was coming towards the camera and people thought it was real. So they actually ran away from the like they got off from their seats and started running away. It was the first time they've ever seen something on a screen.
That's so funny.
A moving like train. So it was like, it's interesting. We don't think of it that way, but you know, we're getting really way off topic. I'm sorry.
Okay, I love it. I will tell you what I want for Christmas as we go through this list because there's a few things on this list that I would like.
All right, I'm going to keep my ears tuned for these gifts because, you know, Tyne, I'm the gift king. I give the best gifts, you know.
You do.
Just saying. Kidding. Okay. All right, well, let's dive in. What's first on the list in your PCOS friendly gift guide?
Okay, the first one on the list is a dry brush kit. Okay, dry brushing, you know those brushes with the bristles and you can like brush your skin before you shower. And there's a way to do it where you brush it towards your heart. This stimulates your lymphatic system and your lymphatic system, it's like a network of vessels underneath your skin. And so when you brush it, when your skin is dry, that like tension that you create on your skin, that helps remove waste products and toxins from your body. It kind of like helps your body move it along and like excrete it.
Yeah.
And so this is really important with PCOS. It's this detoxification pathway because PCOS is like an inflammatory condition. And, you know, when you have chronic inflammation and toxins, they just kind of like sit in your system. And with PCOS, sometimes it's hard to detoxify estrogen, especially if you have fatty liver, because if you have insulin resistance, you have fatty liver sometimes. If you have digestive system issues, if these things aren't working optimally, if you have chronic inflammation, estrogen doesn't detox as well from your body, and it's compromised. And so estrogen should be metabolized primarily in your liver and then excreted through your digestive system. But with PCOS, because of all of these reasons that I mentioned, inflammation, insulin resistance, fatty liver, it impairs that liver function and slows down the estrogen clearance. And so many people with PCOS experience estrogen dominance, where you have high levels of estrogen in your body in proportion to your progesterone. And it's not because you're making too much estrogen, it's because you're not able to detoxify the excess estrogen. And it's not clearing out of your system. And so that imbalance of having like too much estrogen in your body and compared to the level of progesterone, that imbalance can make you have really painful periods, mood swings, migraines, weight gain, irregular periods. These kinds of issues come up. It's a major issue. And I'm not saying that just dry brushing is going to fix that, but it's definitely something that can help with your detoxification pathway and removing estrogen from your body, in addition to changing your diet and eating more leafy greens and stuff that will also promote this type of estrogen detoxification. Doing a dry brush will also help as well.
Yeah, I love that. And we'll include links for some of these kits, some of these things that we mentioned in the description of this episode, so you can take a look at that. But, next time you're dry brushing your skin, you're on the couch, wherever, and someone
Before
looks
the
at you
shower.
like, what are you doing? You're like, you should be like, I'm detoxing.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's
You have
happening.
no
right now.
idea.
Yeah.
You can't see it, but it's happening.
Yeah. All right, next topic of gifts is non-toxic beauty. This is a really important one because, anybody who uses beauty products, you're exposed to dozens, even hundreds of individual chemicals in your morning routine, just your morning routine. There's skincare, makeup, hair products, fragrances, deodorants. All of these are exposing you, like when you combine all that, to 150 different chemicals every single day. We're not trying to scare you, but sometimes this is the truth, and we're just trying to explain it. Like we love to ignore some of this stuff and just live in this perfect world where these things won't impact us because it's part of everyday life. But we'd feel not right if we didn't say these things to our listeners, because we know these things ourselves and we try to avoid them. Not always, we can't sometimes, but we like everyone to also know about them too. These chemicals are things like phthalates, parabens, synthetic fragrances. They're all known to basically absorb into your skin, disrupt hormones. And what happens is when they test these products, the one-time usage is not bad. The one-time usage isn't lethal or toxic. It's what happens is they actually build up over time in your system. And that's how they potentially affect hormone balance. It's not from just one-time usage. It's from using it every single day. And that's essentially getting stored in fat, in your skin cells, everywhere. And that's where it leads to, hormonal imbalances over time. So you want to try to slowly swap or choose non-toxic beauty products that can help you reduce exposure to these toxins, these chemicals. So we have some examples. Our favorite deodorant, for example, is from Schmidt's, Schmidts, Schmidt's deodorant. It's made with plant-based ingredients, doesn't have aluminum, which is the big thing with deodorants. Now, keep in mind, we're not going to tell you that these products are just as effective. I mean, these chemical products have chemicals in them that are designed to really just get stains out or really get give you nice skin or whatever, right? But they have so many things in them that help them do this. So the deodorant isn't going to prevent you from sweating, but it's going to help it smell better. So that's all I'm trying to say.
True. C-Doc, your armpits are still wet, but it smells great.
Yeah.
Actually, when I'm next to you, I'm like, wow, what's that beautiful rose smell?
Like sometimes, if it's a little, if I'm a little active or it's a little hot, I'm feeling my sweat, but it doesn't smell. So that's unfortunately, that's the trade-off sometimes.
It is the trade-off, but sometimes you can find some really good.
I'd rather live longer than have
aluminum
dry,
in your armpits.
than have dry armpits, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And not to mention your armpit is really close to your lymph node.
Yes, yeah.
And around your breast area. This is a really sensitive area. And like every day, if you put on stupid like lady speed stick, whatever I used to use in high school or whatever, with like the aluminum in it.
Yeah, a lot of people use
bad.
it. Yeah, I mean, we get it because we don't know. Like growing up, none of us knew about this. None of us knew how these things can be, so we don't blame anybody.
You can't even believe that someone would create this, put it on the market, and have the masses use something so toxic.
Yeah,
that's what we think. Like, oh, it's impossible. It's so terrible. Why would they give us something so terrible? Apparently they are.
Yeah, because a lot of the times the test parameters are only based on one-time usage, not over a long period of use. That's why they're able to get away with some of these things. So next recommendation?
Next recommendation is blue light blocking glasses.
We have two more products for non-toxic
We stopped
beauty.
at deodorant. Okay. I use Ilia makeup if you want to try that. I also like to use the non-toxic beauty products that are recommended on Sephora's website. There's like a little badge that says that it's like green and healthy. Westman Atelier is a really nice product that I use for my foundation that I really like and is non-toxic as well. So those are my two go-to brands. I'm not saying everything in my makeup drawer is non-toxic because I do have some like things that were gifted to me. Maybe it's a Chanel eyeshadow or like Chanel lip gloss, and I'm not going to throw it away. But I certainly, the things I use every single day, for me, I want them to be non-toxic.
Yeah. One thing too, also for skincare products, we highly recommend Clear Stem. As you know, we've had them on our podcast before, and they are a great skincare company who actually, the founders had PCOS, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. And their products are formulated without any pore clogging ingredients. There's no toxic chemicals. They even have a tool on their website that you can input any like ingredient list from like a
copy paste it. Like
copy and paste from a different company, and they will tell you if there's anything bad in it and so forth. So highly recommend them. And if you go to ClearStem and you use promo code PCOS, you'll get 15% off. So at no extra cost for you. So check that out. We love their skincare product. I even use it myself, by the way. They have a moisturizer that has stem cells from plants, plant-based stem cells. I use their moisturizer every single day after my shower. No lie.
I love it. Yeah. I use all of their products.
Yeah.
Their face mask is excellent. If I have a breakout, they have like a spot treatment, like clay mask that I do sometimes. And I feel like it was really hard for me to move away from the face products I was using because I was using like bougie expensive ones that were definitely not non-toxic.
Yeah.
And I was scared to move away from them. But when I did and I started using Clear Stem, I was like, wow, this is really good. Like, what am I doing? So now I use them only.
Another brand that I like is called Mad Hippie. Hippie. I find them on Amazon. They're also on the EWG rating list as like pretty good. So that's another one that I recommend. Cool. All right. Next category was, you were saying, Tallene, blue light glasses.
Blue light glasses. Sirak, what's the brand of mine? Warby Parker.
Yeah, you have Warby Parker ones. To be honest, I don't know how great they are because I'm hearing more and more that the ones that have the yellow tints are even better. Like the ones you have are good. They block some level of blue light, but the ones that have the yellow tint are supposed to be the most effective because they also make what you're seeing yellow, like like the orange hue, which is what your eyes want to see to relax.
I think I should switch over to that because personally, I feel such a difference when I use blue light blockers when I'm working on my computer. I use it all day. Like I don't even care day or night.
You have it on right now.
I have it on right now. I feel a difference in like I get like a headache without them, and I bet I would like the yellow ones if I got that. Hey, put that on the Christmas list. I think you might look a little
crazy though. You might look like
I know. My sister has it. She looks crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, so what are the point of blue light glasses if you're wondering?
Well,
go for it. Go for it.
Okay, I was saying. So for women with PCOS, wearing blue light blocking glasses at night is the most important time to wear them because at night, if you're staring at screens, at the blue light, it can suppress melatonin and cortisol raise cortisol and suppress the melatonin, which is not the combination we want. That's going to ruin our sleep at night. These electronic devices, even if you're watching TV, you can put these glasses on and it will help protect you from that melatonin suppression. If you struggle with not being able to sleep well at night, not having like a full night of sleep, if you wake up, it's not deep enough, you're not getting enough REM sleep, it's a melatonin issue. And wearing blue light blockers, maybe after the sun sets, like until the rest of the night, until you get in bed, might be really ideal for you to help with that.
Yeah, or else your body basically thinks it's still daylight and doesn't produce the necessary hormones to fall asleep,
Yeah.
So if you ever experienced that whole like when you're on your phone right before going to sleep and you lose your sleep, that's probably one of the reasons why. So keep that in mind. All right, so we're going, these are great gifts so far, right?
I know, right?
All right, next one is a BPA-free water bottle or a meal prep container that's also BPA-free. So I'm sure you've heard of BPA in the past. This is bisphenol A. And women with PCOS have actually been found to have higher levels of BPA in their blood compared to women without PCOS. Even some studies suggest up to 60% higher. And this is an endocrine disrupting chemical that can mimic estrogen. So I know another thing to think about PCOS where it's like, are you kidding me? Like this, I also have a disadvantage with BPA. It kind of, in a way, it makes sense after what we talked about before about how women with PCOS have issues detoxing certain things like excess hormones or chemicals or, foreign things in their body. And this is probably what it leads to. You have over accumulation of BPA compared to other people. So with that being said, it doesn't mean that you can't get rid of the BPA in your body. It's just you have to first start with not getting any BPA into your body. So the first way is obviously a water bottle. Like if you drink, I'm sorry, I know a lot of people do this. I have friends, family who do this. I sometimes will buy them too. But if you buy water bottles, the plastic water bottles, and you drink those every day, like you get a new one every single time, maybe you buy them from Costco, wherever, I would highly recommend stopping that because that water is most likely riddled with BPA. Here's why. What happens with the plastic in the water bottle is when it heats up, the plastic releases BPA into that water. You may be thinking, okay, my water bottle doesn't get hot. I keep it in the fridge. But how did it get to your house? It was in a shipping container. It was in a truck. It was in a warehouse. I guarantee you at some point it reached, 90 degrees, 100 degrees, whatever, and some BPA leached. And if you're drinking that every single day, imagine how it's building up. I'm sorry, it's not meant to scare you. I'm literally just trying to help. We're just trying to help. And if one thing I would highly recommend is immediately switch to like a Yeti. There's so many different brands. You already know them, but some sort of what do they call, like a thermos, or what are these things called?
What's yours? Yours is Yeti.
No, like,
I have a glass one.
What are these called? Like these?
Oh, I
don't know why I can't think of what these are called. But anyways, get like a Yeti. Get any one of those brands that are BPA free.
A jug? Is it a jug? No. Okay, you know what we're saying.
Yeah, and that's gonna help a lot. And for example, for meal prep containers, you can also like use brands like Zwilling as well as Zwilling.
Yeah.
Zwilling or Urban Green Glass. Both of them can be found on Amazon, and they're plastic free. So if you put your food in them, if you heat your food inside them, there's no BPA being released and absorbed into your food.
Those are the two I use. I really like them. I like this Zwilling one. It comes with a little mechanism that like sucks the air out of the container so that everything stays more fresh. And it's glass. And then the other one, what's it called? Urban Green Glass. I also got that on Amazon. There's like a little hole on the top and then there's like a silicone plug. So you put the lid on the food and then like all of the air gets like pushed out and then you put the silicone plug and it keeps everything really, really fresh. So I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
Okay. Next gift is, this one's a little expensive, but it's worth it. Okay. And then they have a small one that's less expensive.
All gifts. So again, maybe your husband gets this one for you.
Seriously, your partner can get you this. So red light therapy devices. These are so fabulous, but not all of them are created equal, as I have learned when I did my research. The one that I use is called Infraredi. It's spelled Infraredi. And so there's a plug, like it plugs into the wall and it has a fan and it's like this big board, if you will, of like red light therapy.
Yeah, it's like the size of like a small mirror that would stand against the wall.
Yeah. And the reason why I'm saying it has a plug and it has a fan and everything is because it's really, really strong, much stronger than the face mask red light things that people use.
Those don't do anything.
They don't do
We
anything.
learned they don't do anything, guys.
I did the research. They do not do anything. They are not as strong as the one that I'm talking about. The one I'm talking about, it has a fan. It's like a full-on machine. Like those things you put on your face and you're like vacuuming your house while you're like, you look like a alien. I mean, it sounds like it's fun, but like it's really not doing anything.
Yeah,
like,
there was this great educational video by a doctor or researcher who looked at all the different face masks and looked at like the power, looked at how much red light they're actually emitting and all that kind of stuff. And they actually found that they have little to no effect because of how little power they create from that little mask. He said what's more effective is like the ones that we're describing where it's like against the wall and like much bigger and more powerful because that actually has enough red light to give you the benefits.
Yeah. So it's wild.
Yeah. So don't waste your money on those masks.
Exactly. Don't. And you know what? Like red light therapy is part of my routine and I'm really happy about it. I think that it's been really helpful with my cystic acne and totally worth it investing in a machine that like is really good and actually works. Studies even show that women with PCOS who do red light therapy saw improvements in insulin sensitivity around 15 to 25%.
Wow.
And the study showed that it led to significant improvements in reducing inflammatory markers, which means that this could potentially play a therapeutic role in managing PCOS. Like this could be part of your routine because it's chronic inflammation. Red light therapy reduces it. Like this is a really good idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, next. Couple more gifts.
Yeah, just a few left. So our next one is a cute tea set with a set of spearmint tea or testosterone relief tea. So as we all know, we've talked about spearmint tea for a very long time. It really helps with reducing testosterone, helping insulin sensitivity, reducing belly fat, reducing inflammation, improving or reducing, I should say, facial hair, as well as helping to regrow hair on your scalp. We haven't talked about it before, but you can also combine testosterone relief tea with ovasitol, and this kind of creates a really fun like mocktail that you can have that's like alcohol free, and it's not only just improving it's improving everything now. You're aiding weight loss, you're improving insulin sensitivity with the added boost of reducing testosterone altogether.
It's also like a double whammy for reducing testosterone.
Yeah, because they both actually work to reduce testosterone, right?
Yeah, the ovasitol is helping with insulin resistance, and we know that insulin triggers high testosterone. So we're targeting that from there, and then we're drinking the tea, which has been shown to reduce testosterone as well. So it's like a double whammy if you're struggling with high testosterone, which most women with PCOS do. Make yourself this mocktail every night after dinner and watch that facial hair, acne, and hair loss issue transform.
Yes, and stay tuned for Black Friday because we're going to do a special mocktail bundle with ovasitol and testosterone relief tea. So if that's something you want to try, feel free to try it now. But if you want to wait until the Black Friday time, you'll get to see a special offer for our listeners.
Yes.
All right. Next one is Tallene has been wanting this. Maybe this is the gift.
This is the gift.
Why don't you say it?
Treadmill. I want a treadmill. And I want it in the garage. I've decided right now.
I think you want in the backyard so you can see a view.
Okay, we'll debate that in a second. I was thinking that I want it in the garage so that the second I roll up into the garage from the gym, because I'm going to the gym, go straight into the garage, get out of the car, and get on the treadmill.
Yeah. And by the way, when Tallene talks about treadmill, she's not talking about like running endlessly.
Yeah.
Tallene loves the 12-3-30 method. It's not something that we invented. It's just been something that's been out for a while. But 12-3-30, if you don't know, is you put the treadmill on 12% incline at 3 miles per hour and you do it for 30 minutes. It's a great way to get in light cardio, but in a way where it really activates your leg muscles and really boosts for like insulin sensitivity and just, improving your metabolism.
Right. So I'm torn. Do I want it in the front yard or the backyard? We'll figure it out.
Do you really want to come inside the garage and immediately jump on a treadmill?
I do. I don't want to get distracted. I just want to get it out of the way.
I mean, it's up to you. It's your call. You're going to be the one using it mainly. You can just go into the backyard and see, get fresh air and see the view, but it can be cold sometimes where it might not be enjoyable. But hey, that's how you build character.
No, thank you. In the summer, we can move it so that it's in the front yard.
It's so easy to move.
It's not easy to move.
Things are heavy, but we'll figure it out. It's
okay,
up to
we'll
you.
figure it out.
Your
Whatever.
call.
Okay, I just really want one.
But also, if we're gonna build a gym in the garage, it fits there, but also it can take up unnecessary space that could be used by other equipment. But hey,
I know,
your
right?
call.
No, okay, we'll talk about it. You know what?
Privately.
I got I got contacted by a walking pad company, and they don't have incline on their walking pad. And I was like, oh, I wish like this would work, but you don't have an incline, and it's not gonna work, honey.
The walking pad like for under the desk?
Yeah. For
Oh,
under
I
the
see, I see, I
desk.
see. Your sister has that. Does she still use it?
No, she sold it.
I knew it.
I mean, it's hard to multitask.
I know, dude. I was like, you're gonna walk and work at the same time. Like, I get a standing desk, y'all, but a desk where you walk at the same time, it seems it's hard. Like,
It's hard.
Imagine for 1 second you focus too hard and you just fall because you stood still for a second. All right, okay, let's continue on. So a treadmill, that's a good gift right there.
Next.
And related to the treadmill, gym gear. So we're talking about, for someone, for a PCOS woman, they should be one of the core workouts you should be doing is strength training, slow rated workouts, right? And a good set now on Amazon, they actually have we share this link in the sisterhood for people who are interested to buy these equipments. But on Amazon, they had like this set of dumbbells with a what is it called? It holds all the
Stand.
dumbbells. It's with a stand. Yeah. What's wrong with me? I don't know normal English today. Anyway, they sell these dumbbells with a stand. It's like a set that goes from 5 to 25. It is a perfect set for whoever wants to get started. We'll include a link in the bio, but it's really perfect. Other things that, other gym gear that someone can get for you is walking shoes. We love Hoka's. Hoka's, I'm sure you've heard of them. They're a great brand. We give them away in the sisterhood when we do a walking challenge. And I mentioned weights and also maybe gloves. For weights,
weightlifting
Talian has
gloves.
weightlifting gloves.
Yeah, I have like black ones from Amazon, and they've been really helpful with like lower body workouts where, I'm progressively increasing my weights. And then of course, like I don't want my hands to get calluses or like feel tough and rough.
Yeah.
And, I'd rather have gloves on, but
yeah, for
I
sure.
highly suggest that. All right. Next, electronic books like the Kindle.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's the only one that I know.
It's there's another one called a Nook.
Oh, yeah.
But I like it because it's not like a blue screen. It's not like a iPad screen. Like the screen is different. Mine's like gray and black.
Mm-hmm.
And and
it doesn't have blue light.
it doesn't use blue light, which makes it a little bit like clunky, if you will, because
It's harder to read when it's dark.
no, it's just not like high tech like an iPad. But
Well,
I'm
yours
okay
is a
with
little bit
that.
older too.
Oh,
you have a
really?
really old version. You've had one since we got married, right?
Yeah.
So it's 5 years. So it's it's not bad, but it's probably like if you get a newer one, it'll work much faster. So is that your Christmas gift?
No. Get the treadmill. Nice try. Okay, but
treadmill's a lot more expensive. So.
I will say, okay, a Kindle is much better than staring at your phone at night, is what I'm trying to say.
100%, yeah.
Put it next to your bed, the Kindle, not your phone, and get in bed and read your Kindle. Do not scroll on Instagram. That will change your sleep pattern forever.
By the way, ever since we moved in, there has been a law enacted in this house. The law was put into Congress by me, passed through the House and the Senate.
Wow.
Unanimously with the stamp of the United States of the President.
Wow. Who are all these people?
I don't know them, but they were all involved. Anyways, I don't allow
The man of the house.
don't allow a phone inside our bedroom after 8 p.m. And basically what we do is you have to keep your phone in the bathroom. And no alarms in the bedroom either, like no radio alarms. We have these little mini alarms that run on battery. Mm-hmm. They only have like this little tiny screen that doesn't light up unless you press a button. And it's easy to set up. Mm-hmm. So for the last week and a half since we moved in, Tallinn, honestly, great job. You're doing better than me of keeping your phone in the bathroom and not using it at all and all that stuff. Don't you feel better getting up?
I feel great, and I'm actually going to take it further up a notch.
Yeah.
I think we should put our phones outside of the bedroom completely, like somewhere else, because we wake up, the first thing we do is go to the bathroom, and there's your phone. And then you're still on your phone. So what does that really do?
Well, one thing it solves though, for sure, is when we get up, a lot of times I'm sure, your listeners do this too. You get up and you look at your phone and you get sucked in for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And now your day started with this mood of whatever your phone showed you. Maybe
News.
it was good. Maybe it was bad.
Yeah.
Maybe it was maybe you just opened Twitter and somebody died on video. I don't know.
Seriously.
Dude, this is crazy stuff everywhere. So Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is like, if you don't have that in the morning and you just get up, go straight to the bathroom, brush your teeth, go to the bathroom, all that kind of stuff, your brain is a lot more fresh. So I highly recommend trying this.
I do. I really do.
Yeah.
And I remember like when I was little, before phones even came out, like what it would feel like to wake up, to have a moment, to think a thought, to plan your day. I mean, it's just such an interruption to your internal life, in your soul, in your mind.
We didn't have this when we were a kid.
I didn't have this when I was a kid. We just lived. I was creative. Like it was different. Like I just hate my phone. Like get away from me. I'm so addicted.
I get you. Totally get you. And last but not least, if you're trying to start your new year with with your supplement regime, with your you want to start routine. Let's say you want to start the new year 2025. I can't believe it's 2025. It sounds like a fake year. But if you want to start 2025 with like all your supplements, you're ready to go on January 1st. Highly recommend checking out Metabolism Plus from OvaFit, our supplement line. And Metabolism Plus, if you don't know, it's a full all-in-one bundle of all supplements you can take for PCOS weight loss. So instead of worrying about taking 10 different bottles, ordering 10 different things from Amazon, trying to put the schedule together, when to take this, when to take that, do I take this on an empty stomach, do I do that, all that stuff, we really simplify it with one bundle, which is all you need for PCOS weight loss. It's 4 bottles, and you take all 4 supplements in the morning with breakfast, and you're done for the whole day. And it helps with, if you check it out, it'll explain to you what it's made of, but it essentially has omega-3, coenzyme Q10, curcumin, and a PCOS multivitamin. All of them are synergistically working together to improve insulin sensitivity, to improve weight loss, improve fertility, improve energy, reduce inflammation, all of that. So whether you're looking for one or the other, it helps with everything, if that helps.
Yes.
All right.
Well, sisters, this was a really informative episode of all of the gifts.
I could go on and on, right? About so many more gifts.
I could. Yeah, honestly. It's going to be a great holiday season, sisters. Yeah. Share your Christmas list with your people around you who support your PCOS routine. Or, you know what? Just gift it to yourself because you deserve it.
Yeah. And, we've been trying to keep these podcast episodes shorter. And today's one not double, but went longer than anticipated because we just got into it. Mm-hmm. I love this.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. Sometimes we try to rush it because we don't want the podcast episode to be too long for people. But I feel like this is maybe more enjoyable, because we're just talking more naturally.
Yeah. I mean,
versus...
it just depends on the topic sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it's a little bit heavier and you don't want to go on and on in depth with the science. And sometimes it's fun and light like this.
Yeah. Let us know what you prefer, sisters.
Who cares what we think? What do you want?
Yeah. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this episode and have a great rest of your week and have a great holidays.
Yes.
We'll still be here week to week. So if you need us, you can always listen to this episode or listen to this podcast. Message us on Instagram or in the private Facebook group of the Sisterhood.
Talk to you soon, sisters.
Take care.
Bye. Word of mouth is our absolute best friend here at PCOS Weight Loss. So if there's someone that you think might enjoy this podcast, go ahead and share it with them.
And if you don't mind, go ahead and rate and review the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you're listening to the podcast.
It really helps more than you think. Thank you so much for listening and being part of the Sisterhood community. Talk to you next time.